Hi, I'm Stefano, the moon guy, and in this video, I'm gonna talk about the archetype of Jupiter. I'm gonna go through some of the themes and keywords related with this planet. So, Jupiter describes our belief system, our philosophy, its zodiac sign, house, and aspects in each of our birth charts will indicate how and where we want to grow and find meaning in life. It's also where we tend to feel more optimistic, more confident. Jupiter is fertile and it is also restless, easily bored, always looking for new adventures and wider horizons. Jupiter's placement shows us where we invite experience. It's an area of enthusiasm where we expect benefits and look for opportunities to grow and also to give, since the planet is also connected to generosity. It reveals where we can develop self esteem and confidence by taking chances based on the trust that we have in our own potentials. The trickier side of Jupiter describes where and how we might sometimes play God, maybe being overconfident, sometimes even riding over other people's feelings. So it can trigger arrogance, condescending behavior. Because this archetype is connected to expansion, it can give us sometimes a hard time dealing and accepting limitations. So it can also indicate where we tend to be greedy, to be always dissatisfied and wanting more and more. It can be connected then to fanaticism, overindulgence, an inflated ego. Jupiter tends to expand whichever planet it touches on the birth charts. So it works as a sort of magnifying glass, which can be very productive by increasing the opportunities that we have to engage and express those traits from that planet. Or it can also be worrying if it becomes excessive, and then we would be more prone to expressing the more negative traits of the archetype. We also tend to philosophize about the things represented by that other planet. It's an area where we want to sort of spread our wings and take on as much as possible. Our Jupiter aspects also tell us a lot about the nature of our beliefs and how we convey them. So, for instance, Jupiter with Mars will tend to fight for their beliefs and perhaps even fighting against others' beliefs. There will probably be a value and importance given to being assertive, initiating things, competitiveness. While if Jupiter is with Saturn, then we might convey our beliefs in a much more cautious manner. It might take us some time and some hard work to even have and acknowledge our own beliefs to start with. There is probably going to be an emphasis and an importance in Saturnian traits such as responsibility, discipline, tradition. With soft aspects, others will be less likely to challenge our beliefs. And we also tend to feel optimistic and confident about those things represented by the planet. While with hard aspects, it can trigger doubts and unclarity about our beliefs. And they will also be more likely to be challenged by situations and people that we meet in life. And with the hard aspects, we might also overdo it and be excessive with this Jupiterian energy. So we might be overconfidence or overindulgence in that area. Aspects to Jupiter and also planets in the ninth house or the planet that is ruling your ninth house, will tell us a lot about our urge and experience of travels and also education. In Greek mythology, Jupiter is represented by the god Zeus, which is the one who restored justice by defeating his father Kronos, also known as Saturn. Symbolically, Zeus represents the energy. Zeus is the god of the thunderbolts. The energy that breaks with the rigid chain of time, which is connected with Kronos, Saturn, his father. So Zeus is connected with creating opportunities. Differently from his predecessors, Saturn and Uranus, which were sort of lonely tyrants, Zeus chooses to be crowned and to share his power with his divine sisters and brothers. As the king of gods, being influential is a common condition for people who have that planet strong in their birth charts. And this also goes for strong Pisces and Sagittarius, which are the zodiac signs that Jupiter rules. So their strong beliefs, enthusiasm, and willingness to grow tend to produce a good dose of charisma and ability to inspire others around. Jupiter has a relaxing, self accepting influence on us. By calming our anxieties, we get less aware or we give less importance to limitations, and this brings us a sense of optimism and confidence, seeing the world as a playground filled with opportunities that are there waiting for us. So it is through this process of self assurance that we might feel luckier under the influence of Jupiter, more prepared to take on challenges, to take risks, and to grasp any opportunity that will indulge our sense of self worth. On a more cautious note, like we said, Jupiter tends to enlarge, inflate. So, in its extremes, it is also connected with exaggeration, with overindulgence, underestimating challenges and obstacles, and also possible false promises that tend to distort reality. Also, if we are too relaxed under the Jupiterian energy, we might become lethargic, lazy, and this will dissipate our energy, and then we won't be able to create and to recognize opportunities. This archetype is related with prosperity, and especially in traditional astrology, it's considered as the great benefic amongst the planets, and it tends to bring luck and success. And it's interesting to understand a bit further what is exactly this luck and how it works. Those opportunities, they're based upon having greater freedom to think and to act by ourselves, feeling then less inhibited by closed options that tend to define our perceptions and our expectations. So the ability to develop and to be aware that good things exist and they are possible, and that we can produce them and produce things that bring fruitful and positive outcomes for us and the others. That kind of freedom of thought and of acting requires us a kind of conscious awareness of what we do, what we're doing, and why we're doing it, and how we balance the urge to for instant gratification and the need to invest in the future. That's why in astrology we say that it's very important to invest and pay attention to both Jupiter and Saturn in the chart and in our lives, since Saturn is connected with discipline, effort, responsibility. So, this type of evolution of consciousness might be one of the main principles connected with the Jupiterian archetype. And this is also why Jupiter is considered the patron of philosophers, priests, judges, and all the people that consciously choose to live a life by moral standards. I think that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you are interested in what I do and in astrology, please visit my website, thechariot.com, and subscribe to my channel, The Moon Guy. Bye bye.